Good evening, everybody, or good morning, actually. My name is Angel Rivera. That means that this is late night gaming with Angel Rivera. Hopefully, I have my microwave going right now because I need to get some tea in me. And CBC says that he is stoned. Good to know. Good to know. Got some pizza and some popcorn. Jeez. So, good evening. Good evening. So I'm playing a game called This Is My President. So I could probably read the description of the game real quick before I get started. I'll just read it off the Steam page here because I think everybody will find it pretty interesting. So let's see. About this game. This is the president's a story-driven management game. In the year 2020, you were elected to be president of the United States of America. To escape justice for your past crimes as a shady multi-millionaire businessman, sound familiar? You need to ratify the 20th Amendment, which would grant lifetime immunity to any president. Manage your official and unofficial staff like a real mafioso in order to deal with all the old problems you've had in the past, as well as shiny new problems that come with the office. Hey. Sorry about that. Turn on my microwave. Deal with the old problems you had in the past, as well as shiny new problems that come with the office. You will battle your competitors, the establishment, the media, even foreign leaders in this political thriller satire mix. The player's actions will inescapably lead to situations that escalate into the absurd, terrifying, tragic, and even ridiculous situations. But the road to lifelong immunity is full of pitfalls. You need to remember to clean up the daily messes that arise. Some may even call these distractions presidential duties. So, that's the game. Let's see. So hopefully everybody can enjoy this. And if you haven't already, make sure you give me a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, because that helps and is quite frankly pretty important. So let's see. Old Man Barker's in the chat over there on Kick. Let's see. Who else? I think that's it for now, but we can get started now because I feel like playing. Hold on, let me just grab this. Oops, don't spill it. Don't spill it. Because I'm going to burn the shit out of myself. So, let's see here. So I'll probably be on about an hour maybe, and then I'll go to bed. And if I'm interested, I'll continue this tomorrow. So let me just get my tea ready to go here. Let's see. My mic is all the way up. Good. Everything looks good. If you guys haven't watched, make sure you watch the episode I filmed earlier of Angel in the Afternoon. We had really good conversations throughout. If you haven't, make sure you like that as well. Subscribe. All that good stuff because I really need it. So, if you haven't, make sure you like that as well. So, I hope everybody's enjoying their Saturday evening or morning here. I'm going to get started on this game because if not, then I'm never going to play it. So, let's get started. Hopefully that music is not too loud, but make sure that's good enough there. Let's see. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. If not, then I'll continue. I assume you will because this is like right up our alley here on the INN. So let me actually get to this. Let's go back here. Apply that, whatever. Come here. Let's play a new game. Let's play a normal. Men are not prisoners of fate, but only prisoners of their mind. FDR. Alright, let's see what this is.
Hey, Bob. How much time do I have left?
Sir, I was ordered not to speak to you.
Son, I'm not asking you to die in a gunfight. I just want to know how much time I have left.
10 minutes.
I'll never finish all this in 10 minutes. Think you could help? Is it fair that your fellas are in the cafeteria right now, devouring their meatballs while you're stuck here staring at me? You were ordered not to talk to me, but they didn't say anything about lobster, right? Now, sit yourself down, right there. You can eat in silence. Otherwise, I'll just have to throw half of it out.
But if anyone found out, I'd be fired.
Don't worry, I don't give up my friends. Unlike some people.
Uh-oh. Who gave him up?
Your name's Bob, I gather. I haven't seen you here before. You a rookie? I didn't know they were taking 16-year-olds as guards.
I'm 20.
20. Sorry. Mysterious age, isn't it? You can't legally buy yourself a beer after you've had a tough shift, but you can elect the president.
I don't drink, sir. Half my family are drunks. I know how dangerous it is.
Oh, alcohol is dangerous. But isn't the right to vote even more dangerous? If you were drinking like a fool, you'd only be harming yourself. But if you're voting like a fool, you're putting the entire nation at risk.
I'm not voting like a fool. I voted for a man who would send all the shameless, corrupt officials to jail.
Well, one of those
That's me.
shameless, corrupt officials is now kindly treating you to lobster. Delicious, isn't it?
Sir, I didn't know, sir. I don't have anything against you personally, sir. I'm just glad the new president will finally fix the Constitution, that's all.
You do know that the president can't change the Constitution, right?
Well, why can't he? He's president.
President, yes, not king.
But presidents can sign decrees and all that.
Only Congress can propose and pass amendments. If you don't believe me, just Google it.
Yeah, like I don't know that.
Can't the president do whatever he wants? Why do we need presidents and all that? Aunt Ruta explained everything to me. She's watching this guy's channel. Oh.
If it's any consolation, son, you and your Aunt Ruth weren't the only people fooled by our new president. I myself once trusted him. And look where it got me. This is a man who has always abused the trust of his friends, and now he has abused the trust of millions of Americans, people just like you.
So I really did vote like a fool, sir.
There's no mistake that cannot be corrected, Bob. Not in this country. We'll fix it, you and me, together.
Yeah.
I can stop him. I know his weak points. I just need to get out of here as quickly as possible. Will you help me?
You're not planning an escape, are you, sir?
No. What are you saying? I have a great many friends who will help me walk right out through the front door, all perfectly legal. It's just that I'm a little cut off from the world right now, you see. But if you could just bring me a phone, I could set everything in place from right here in this cell.
My phone?
Not yours, of course. We wouldn't want to risk that. Any other one.
Won't I get fired for this?
Bob, when they find out that you helped me, you'll get an award. You're an observant guy. You can see what's going on. This is a matter of national security.
Sir, He might not be an honest man, but he's still the president, right? The most powerful man in the world. Isn't that what they say? Isn't it just too dangerous to go against him?
Now don't you trouble yourself about that, Bob. My 10 minutes are up. The president has a much longer term waiting for him.
Vice President-elect. My friends, today we've shown that the American dream is still alive. Am I supposed to do something here? Oh. I'm the son of immigrants who rose to become vice president. I'm living proof. We've shown that the soulless corporations and Washington crooks don't get to decide things. The people of the United States have spoken. I'm proud of you, America, and I'm proud of our new commander-in-chief who will give everything he's got for the good of America. Let me introduce the Mr. President-elect. I think that's me. So, let's see. How should I start this? Let's start with my fellow Americans. This is your victory. The ruling class have nearly turned our country into a prison. The authorities have artificially divided our country along party lines. Throughout the campaign, the establishment put sticks in my spokes. Let's do that one. A prison where ordinary Americans do all the work and the establishment take all they earn. A prison where the overseers can get away with any crime. Do that one. The authorities have artificially divided our country along party lines. It's time to take our country back. Throughout the campaign, the establishment put sticks in my spokes. Let's do this one. But my victory proves that we the people are all on the same side. I would be the president for all Americans. Throughout the campaign. Let's do that one. That's why the mainstream press have ignored me for so long. That's why the courts illegally prosecuted me. Let's do that one. The time has come to take our country back. I'm offering a rehab course for anyone in America. During my term, Amendment 28 to the Constitution will be passed. In 4 years, I would achieve more than any other president achieved in 8. It's a good question. I don't know. Let's do that one. Be careful with your promises. If you don't keep your word, the people won't like it. Well, no shit. But it doesn't mean I have to keep my word, right? Hey, Indy. I would sign the first truly progressive executive order. Give some money to charity. That helps. Let's thank the campaign staff. Why not? Let's thank her. There you go. Say that works. I got that to work finally. Let's thank my VP. Let's do that. Let's thank. There you go. Ha ha ha. Thank you. Let's do the standard politician. God bless the United States of America. Your approval rating goes up when you say and do things the public likes. When you make unpopular decisions or are exposed by the media, your approval rating goes down. Be careful, your rating goes below 25%, you could lose your position. Well, that's not real life. George W. Bush got down to like 19%. He lose it. He didn't get it impeached or lost his power. But let's see what else happened. So some kind of article here, it looks like. In his speech, the newly elected president showed that his victory was no accident. He senses the hopes and dreams of America and indulges them. Although in the speech we heard the word I a lot more often than we heard we, it will still go down in history. Okay? I'm a corrupt president, so duh. Let's see, what else? I got an achievement. Make let's see. Antonio Estaba says, "Wow, that was great, buddy, and you're always such a charmer. Truth is, you almost brought tears in my eyes. I can't believe we're actually going to kick the crooks out of the White House." 3 months and we'll have a revenge. Ellie, future First Lady. Tony, we didn't run this campaign so we can get revenge. We did it to amend the Constitution. I don't want revenge. Let's just, do that. You got to remember, people don't care what our actual motivation is as long as people are making lives better. Let's hope we prove you right. Just got words from headquarters. We have urgent business. Oh yeah, I got my champagne right here. Oh, it's a shame, buddy. The bottle of champagne is gone. He drank it last week when we celebrated my birthday. But don't lose hope, my friend. I just saw Ellie. She wants you in the office. She had a pointer in her hand. Someone's in for an exciting night. Ooh, okay. Well, Tony certainly has a set in the clouds. I say let him soar. As long as we don't get carried off ourselves, we can't take our eyes off him. What's important? My rise to power. And what iron fists you have, my dear. Let's aim them at the criminal case and the people who are trying to finish you off. I hope so. Once your term comes to an end, the criminal case against you can resume. The Secret Service won't protect you in prison. Sounds familiar, everybody? Looks like it sounds familiar to me. So, I think we're living through this game. We said it 100 times, but I still worry sometimes and get carried away and forgot why we started this. At the end of the 4 years, we still haven't gotten lifelong immunity. We're dead. Always keep it in mind. Ooh, so someone want us dead. So we're gonna do with Tony. Don't worry about Tony. I think Tony's the BP. You have bigger problems. Just so we're clear, let me go over it one more time. It's been a long time since we talked about it. Okay. Amendment 28 will enshrine your lifelong immunity into the Constitution. They won't be able to open a case against you. No one can arrest you. You'll be beyond the reach of the police, the FBI, the NSA, even God Almighty. First, we need to get an amendment before Congress. To do this, we both need powerful allies in both houses. Can't I propose an amendment? No, you can't. The Founding Fathers did not want a constitution turning into a seed, so they provided a system of checks and balances. The Constitution can only be changed if the Congress approves. The President doesn't officially have anything to do with the process. I'll get involved informally by tweeting my support. Alright, let's see. But if everybody gives the impression that the amendments you're doing it'll never be passed, if you forgot what we're trying to do here, it shouldn't sound like an amendment came from us. Everybody should believe that it's crafted by your supporters in Congress, but have taken care of it. I found the lobbyists who, for a modest one-time investment, will be willing to bring us together with influential congressmen. Do you think this investment will pay off? Our lobbyist's name is Noah. He has a lot of connections to the Capitol. When he puts his back to it, he can push any policy through. But why does he have to be black? Right? He's obviously black. I mean, if you see right there. Remember the recent sweeping tax cuts for the wealthy disguised as simplifying the tax code? Noah played a decisive role in that one. Oops. The cost for a service is $7 million. A mere trifle for changing the Constitution. Honey, we're not the flea market. There's no haggling with people like Noah. Well, that's a good point. I'd rather we had a choice, but we have to work with what we have. Okay, so what's next? Noah will introduce us to influential congressmen. However, he himself won't be negotiating with them. That part is up to us. Which brings us to step 2. Gain the support of 2/3 of Congress. Once our newfound supporters make their case to the colleagues, they may be able to bring along some friendly party members, but not all of them. Our party currently dominates both chambers, but still falls short to the 2/3. Okay. So we should follow standard investment strategy, diversify our options. That means stuffing several baskets at once, including baskets in the other party. After that, the amendment needs to be ratified, right? A minimum of 38 states must pass the amendment. Alright. I looked into this, it gave me a headache. It gave me a headache too. There's certain states you're always going to be hostile towards you. The local governors, mayors, judges, and legislature. The whole system's against you. So we have to think tactically instead of trying to win over the local elite who will never support you. We will enlist the support of the people. Genius, I tells ya. Genius. So how exactly are people going to support us? Just like they did today, they'll vote, except that voting for the amendment can be organized without electors and all that other nonsense. There's one problem, however. The procedure for ratifying the amendment is written into the law. The establishment will easily block it unless we change the ratification procedure, and that will need the Supreme Court. We needed the court to side with us so the voters themselves in each state, ordinary people who are much easier to sway, can vote for the amendment. Otherwise, it's down to the local legislature, and a lot of them would rather see you burned. True. At present, the majority of the Supreme Court is against us. We need to replace at least one opposing judge with an ally, before we can bring the amendment directly to the people. That's the third step of the plan. How do we remove a judge? Let's see what she got. I'm working on that, but not an easy task. Once appointed, Supreme Court judges serve life terms. To get one off the bench would be a major operation. Of course, even once we dealt with the court, people had to still vote on the amendment. The campaign for passing this amendment will have to be even stronger than your election campaign. We have a lot of convincing to do, including people in states that are hostile towards you. Keep that in mind. Without popular support, our amendment could later be repealed. Okay? How long did prohibition last? 13 years? You don't want to lose your immunity and go to jail in your retirement, do you? To achieve this support, this amendment means we'll need record high approval ratings across the country. You'll need at least an astounding 90% approval rating. That's the final piece of the puzzle. 90%? In my lifetime, I think George W. Bush got 90%. And that was right after 9/11. So, how the hell am I supposed to do that? So, what do you think of the plan? It's no easy task. We can handle it. Alright. Finish. Mr. President, I'm ready to introduce your amendment to a circle of influential congressmen for a modest sum of $7 million. Why the price so low? Usually I ask tens of millions of dollars for my services, and when it comes to a minor change in labor laws, we speak here amendment to the Constitution, no less. But you're lucky, I offer a big discount to newcomers to politics. That's why I told your wife that $7 million is nothing for you want to pull off. I'll be waiting for the payment details until the end of October 2021. And I would advise you not to spend all your money, save at least a couple million for negotiations themselves, or find some incriminating evidence that will force your interlocutors to defect to your side. So take your time when it comes ready. However, keep in mind time limit cannot be extended, so I have to pay him by October. Whatever. Current goal. 12 months left. Pay $7 million to Noah the lobbyist. You may get distracted by the country's problems, but remember, your main goal is to pass Amendment 28. If you forget what you need to do to accomplish this, open the Goals tab. Congress initiates the 20th Amendment hearings. Jeez. I'm yawning. Darling, I understand the entire procedure of passing an amendment is a bureaucratic nightmare. If you ever forget what needs to be done and what's going to happen next, consult the checklist. That's what I made it for. Politicians tend to forget their promises. If you need help remembering yours, click on the Promises tabs. Sign a progressive executive order, or sign a progressive first executive order. Donate $1 million to charity. Okay? All politicians make promises, but nobody ever keeps them. Let's show the people we're different. Try to fulfill your promises you made during your speech before the end of February. This will make the public trust us and be more forgiving when it comes to keeping promises later. Next time we'll have a year at least. The cards in the left column are events that you have to engage with. Some events aren't available until you fulfill certain conditions. Alright? Find out what your staff has prepared for you. Buddy, you made a promise to sign a progressive first executive order and you have to keep it. You're not some jerk like Feist, who says one thing and does another, are you? see a bunch of waste paper on your desk. In fact, it's your 5 projects you can consider your first executive order. Clinton prepared them based on the most popular suggestions made by supporters during the campaign. I say without hesitation, they are all truly progressives. Don't be shy. Choose the executive order that suits you best. Declassify Area 51 documents. Find the cancer vaccine. Eradicate poverty. Ban online advertising. Colonize Mars. How about declassify Area 51 documents? Let's see. Draft the first executive order. UFOs in Area 51. The U.S. government is hiding their documents on UFOs in Area 51. When the inauguration takes place, you will have power to declassify them. This will show the American people that the new president is dedicated to openness and transparency. However, the order won't be appreciated by the military and other government offices, as some of them documents may contain military secrets. 68% of Americans believe the government is hiding information about aliens from them. 33% of Americans believe at least some known UFO incidents were in fact aliens. 60% of Americans attribute UFO sightings to national phenomenon and chance. I don't think Americans really care much about that. Draft first executive order. Cure cancer. Despite progress in early detection and treatment of cancer, hundreds of thousands of Americans die every year from cancer. Fuck cancer. Your predecessors called for cancer funds. You can go further by assembling the best scientists and funding the creation of a great laboratory to refine and discover a universal cancer cure. This will communicate people your health and your fellow Americans your top priority. But pharmaceutical companies won't like this order. Maybe that's not an option. Among the richest countries in the world, the United States ranks second in terms of poverty. Previous presidents organized campaigns to combat poverty. Hold on. Can I get out of that? I'm gonna mute this. Mute this terrible music, by the way. Alright, continue. Wait, can I save? Okay, I can save and quit. Alright, let's go back to this. By taxing the rich and abolishing corporate benefits, then sharing the wealth of regular people, this order will show you're on the side of the people, and the rich won't like it. Okay, I really don't give a shit, so let's see. Draft first executive order. Ban online advertising. The thing people hate the most about is internet advertising. They're so much more comfortable with advertising in print and television, where it's clearly regulated. You will now have the power to fix the internet by banning all advertising from it. Let's see. With this order, you will show that you listen to the will of the people, but tech corporations won't like it. If America doesn't lead the way to colonize Mars, someone else will. Plus, the government exploration of Mars is the only way to ensure that resources will go to the people, not to the corporation. With this order, you will prove that you're looking towards the future. But the energy companies won't like it. Well, somebody won't fucking like everything. So, let's see. Let me do the most virtue signaling thing I can find. Let's defeat poverty. You're on fire. You're on fire, my friend. Your first executive order is going down in history with a blast. All that's left is to make everyone pay their taxes, right? You know what the rich are going to do, right? They'll try to avoid their tax bill by any means, right? They even threatened to leave the country. Yes, I know they'll threaten to leave the country. That's what they're doing now in real life, so... Alta and I were walking along the corridors and heard you discussing your first executive order. I can accept that you didn't ask me, but the whole floor could hear you. So it's not like it's any secret. People here are not going to leak our plans to the enemy. I have to admit, your first idea for the first executive order is perfect. Really, I was afraid you wouldn't like it. Why? It's a wonderful distraction. While the establishment is working, the establishment and journalists are wrangling over new taxes, we can calmly work on our amendment. So, yes, by the way, you guys are able to, you know, help me out, help out with some money is greatly appreciated because, like I said, I enjoy in the afternoon. I'm going to be out of work for a while because, I'm getting my digital literacy certification, which is being paid for by the Department of Labor, and unfortunately during that time I'm not going to be able to work, so until at least I finish that. And so, any help is greatly appreciated. Those links are down below in the description box down there. So, get that out of the way. If not, you want to donate directly to INN, by all means, those links probably are down there as well. So let's keep going. Honestly, I don't want to live in the country where there's many poor people. Oops. There will always be poor people. Poverty is a relative concept. Maybe so, but there shouldn't be so many of them. Am I saying there's going to be a lot of them? I'm just, again, setting impossible goals for ourselves. I understand perfectly well you have the best of intentions. For now is not the time for reckless decisions. There'll be... Alright, no problem. Maybe the time for reckless decisions. Maybe tomorrow after we got a good night's sleep. I'm off now. Congratulations. Good night. Oh, Finosh. Clint Glover. New team member. Alright, I guess he's part of the cabinet, I guess. Doesn't really make it clear. Honey, I always believed that a team that we got, the sky's the limit. And now we have Clint to thank for it. I just remembered that I heard of him even before I met you. Some called him a district judge's bastard and an upstart lawyer. Others said he was a legal genius and never lost a single case. And now case law students are studying his legal strategies. Try not to lose, Clint. I can't imagine who else will compose your decrees so competently. Alright. The Men in Black. What is this? Sir, at the entrance to the HQ, I noticed two suspicious men in dark suits and glasses. They're obviously following us, taking a lot of photos and checking their phones. Yeah. Tell Secret Service. I don't know. I don't give a shit. Sir, the Secret Service is seriously concerned. They'll contact you as soon as they establish the identity of this man. I always trust my gut. I can sense a bad feeling from these guys. Okay. Well, they know. They can handle it. Bodyguard. Alvaro isn't himself. After his brother's death, he sees murders and conspirators at every step. That might be perfectly natural for a bodyguard who has vowed to protect you with his life, but I still worry about him. Honey, please don't ask too much from Alvaro. I think he's already at his limit. Okay. Late night hacking. Chief, I'm sorry to be calling out of nowhere, but it's an emergency. Someone's trying to hack our server HQ. According to protocol, I should pull the plug on the hacker immediately. But if you let me, I can track and find out who and what he is after. It's not protocol because it's risky. While I'm tracking him down, he might break into our secure files. Yeah, keep an eye on him. Man, don't... Chief, I tracked down the hacker and cut off his access. He didn't manage to get anything important. Okay, good. We tracked the hack to the address of a consulting company that works for the White House and Congress. The hacker seemed focused on accessing your schedule and itinerary. Okay. He's a data scientist. Oops, sound good. That is the fifth hacker attack in 2020. Thank goodness our Ali's not only a talented analyst, but also a real computer genius. I heard people laughing behind your back when you put an ad in the paper looking for a computer specialist. But if it wasn't for that, Ali would still be working for Feist or for his contractor. Mr. President-elect, a real man must lose with dignity. Congratulations. According to the tradition, I'm supposed to invite you to the White House so we can begin our transition. We have to talk a little, just the two of us, and then go have some fun with the press. Lame duck. Your team members are here in the bottom of the screen. These people will obey any order without question. Or almost any order. Okay. The White House. It's good to see you, Mr. President-elect. Have a seat, make yourself at home, get used to it. Soon this will be all yours. Me, absolutely nothing. I've done everything I could and leave here with a clear conscience. I figured you wouldn't ask me for a favor or two. What are you talking about? I could help you select people for your administration, invite you to influential circles. There's so many nuances you can't possibly expect until you actually become president. I thought I was hiring the right people too, and then I saw the White House as a hydra. No matter how many heads were cut off, they would just grow new ones. This dragon can destroy anybody. I could talk about this all day, but the journalists are waiting for us. Okay. Sounds good. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. I've already managed to have a few words with our president-elect. You know, I'm terribly uncomfortable talking about this. I've always been honest with you, so I can't be silent. Our next commander-in-chief is an ordinary hypocrite. Let's see what he says. In public, the president-elect is constantly accusing me sold out to the establishment. I'm not gonna get into a pissy fight with him. Now that you are president, it would be difficult for the Federal Prison Bureau to get their money laundering lawsuit through the courts. As one of the defendants in the case, are you breathing a sigh of relief? You often claimed that your former business partners were unjustly condemned. As president, you had the power for pardons. Are you planning on correcting the miscarriage of justice, as you put it? Uh, well, I mean, if I say they're innocent, I would have to. I will focus on America's problems. The USA isn't the world's policeman. I will use my connections with Middle Eastern and Russian businessmen. I'll put things in order across the globe. The Chinese and Russians can no longer do whatever they want. Let's get him. Let's feed him a line of bullshit. Make him happy. I see, Mr. President-elect. I have one more question. A reliable source from inside your team has informed me that your first elected president will be drastically taking measures to eradicate poverty. Is that true? Is also true that your real intention to leave all America unemployed? What? Man, shut the fuck up, dude. My fellow Americans, I applaud your choice, but my dear friend doesn't care about America. All he cares about is getting his own personal ambitions. He wanted to be president so much that he became one. America's is a toy for him. He'll tinker with it for a time, then cast it aside when he grows tired of it. But we'll still have to live here. Not every American knows what I'm talking about, but soon it'll become clear. I hope it's not too late. Well, my approval rating went up slightly, so that I did that well, it looks like. The president-elect emerged victorious from his first press conference since the election, but that won't put an end to the rumors surrounding his first executive order. Tell me, Mr. President-elect, are you really going to put all Americans out of work? Why are you insisting on that? Come on, man. Feist, that bastard. Not only did he lie, but his lackey Joe sniffed out what your first decree would be. You don't think that the decree is leaked from somebody in our headquarters. I can't believe it. I'm sure this is the work of the establishment that bugged your office through and through. Buddy, I won't put up with it. I worked at the FBI. I always try to strike while the iron's hot. It's easier to get down to bedrock this way. Therefore, I investigate immediately and promise I'll expose the villain. Or my name is not Tony Estaba. Okay. Honey, I can see Tony misses his day at the FBI and he decided to play investigator. Whatever makes him happy, I say, as long as he doesn't prevent us from promoting the amendment. Knowing Tony, you'll probably figure out at the end of the investigation that he's the one who did it. Meanwhile, we should deal with a few pressing issues. Draft the amendment and the first decree and staff administration. Please delegate these tasks to our best. We have no room for error right now. So first decree, Alta has an idea. I'll turn it to our favor. Go speak to her. She'll tell you everything. Alright. No, but let's see here. I can probably do this. How to fix the leak. Hey, what the hell's going on? Not only is some moron leaked details first executive orders, now these imbeciles are saying you're about to put all America out of work. How does fighting against poverty have anything to do with layoffs? What are these idiots talking about this time? Don't. Alright, let's see. They're broadcasting news faster than they can think, and you're their favorite story. I guess there's no point in mentioning that you added fuel to the fire, admitting that you're working an executive order like that. I didn't tell them how we're going to end poverty. Looks like they figured it out for you. In other words, we need a surefire plan for how responding to this nonsense. Sounds like you have a plan, so... Here's how it works. Let's say that yesterday I drank a little, got behind the wheel, and dented the little pillar in the parking lot. I don't want to pay for it, so I started a rumor that I smashed into several expensive cars in the parking lot. The security guard hears about this, runs around in horror checking expensive cars up and down. What does he see? All the cars safe and sound. So the guard goes back to relief and goes back to his booth. He's forgotten about the dented pillar. He's already forgotten about it in the bustle. You see where I'm getting at. You mean we'll spread even crazier rumors about the one they're spreading about? Exactly. Journalists will eat that nonsense up, and later we can come along and refute it. So let's make up a good rumor. It needs to be something that captures people's imaginations, but it's difficult to verify. Imagine you're a person who has decided to destroy the U.S. economy. What kind of background would you give yourself? Let's see. How about this one? My uncle was since childhood has secretly hated the United States. That's too ridiculous. My uncle is an anarcho-communist who's brainwashed me as a child. A member of the secret circle of smug capitalists. When I turned 18, I inherited billions of dollars from a distant relative. This one probably makes the most sense. Great, I can see the press conference. Actually, I don't have an uncle. Now tell me, what unique talent has led to your success? Choose a believable one. I can look into the future and see a startup will fail, which will become a unicorn, quote unquote. I can predict with great accuracy the cycles of recession and economic growth. I don't need insider information. I can always sense when stocks are about to go up. My sympathy for ordinary Americans knows no bounds. What's that one? As for a millionaire, that really sounds like a talent, but how would that influence your success? That was difficult to explain. Now tell me, what unique talent believe to your success? Choose a believable one. Oh well, it's not a good one, I guess. Oh, that one. Oh fuck! I mean, about that one. That's not easy, but yes, there's some people who can do that. Alright, let's just go with that. Alright, sounds good. And finally, what are you striving for? You need to come up with a motive people immediately understand. Well, that one. Oh, fuck. I want to establish a society in America where everyone's poor. Yeah, not bad, especially considering you're far from poor. My uncle is an anarcho-communist who brainwashed me. I can predict blah, blah, blah. Okay. Sounds good. Spread that fake rumor. Spread that bullshit fake rumor for me. So we can distract from bullshit. From other... If Alta said we should spread super rumors, then we'll do. She earned our trust during the campaign just as much as Alvaro, Clint, and Ali. I'm not saying that because she's a friend. Mr. President-elect, as you surely know, every self-respecting ruler has his own charity. Your wife asked me to register a foundation called Hands of Good. It will come in handy if you want to do a couple of good deeds or more. The IRS isn't going to look too closely at the Hand of Good, so you can dispose of the funds, money as you see fit. Give everything to orphans or the civil servants. If you wish to pay your employees' salary, it's humanitarian aid either way. People trust you. I have no doubt the expense will benefit our country. Okay? I have a charity now. Okay. Let's see. Well, let's fill out the administration then. Mr. President, you personally send a suitable employee on the mission. Keep in mind it will not return until next month. Okay? Mr. President, you personally make the decision on key appointments in administration. But beyond that, we need to hire an army of clerks to handle the day-to-day business of the government. I understand you can approve every candidate, so you have better things to do. But maybe you could send someone from your team to supervise the process. Huh. Who should I appoint? I like Clint. He probably makes the most sense. Let's see here. Yeah, I should probably leave off here. I do have to get up early in the morning because it's like 1:30 in the morning, and East Coast time at least. I have to be up early. So if you guys are interested and give me some likes and subscribe, I'll play this again tomorrow. So yeah, we'll continue with this tomorrow. Hope everybody enjoyed the stream. Make sure you give it a like. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you check the description box for all my links and all of INN's links. And make sure that you guys make sure you like and subscribe. Let's see. Oh, these are just the bots. I want to thank everybody for watching. Have a nice weekend. I'll see you tomorrow for Pro Wrestling Talk at 8 o'clock. And I'll also see you Sunday morning for more of this. More of This is the President. Late Night Gaming Angel Rivera. So that'll be Sunday as well. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.